Star Master Ju Young Park.
Woohoo! Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So many amazing faces. I see lots of waving hands. I even saw somebody saying 새해 복 많이 받으세요. So it's the new year here in Korea for all the Koreans here. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. Happy New Year. So good to see you. So good to be here again. I'm going through all the beautiful faces. Oh, look at all these beautiful faces. Everybody has their camera on. Wow, amazing. Well done. Well done. Well done. So yes, thank you, Hesse, for the for the amazing introduction. I'm always excited to be here. I think Atomy is doing this Zoom, I think helps to, get a little bit closer to the members at the same time, show a different aspect of, the lecture quality and the lecture presentation styles, right? So I watched the last lecture. I watched a lot of the lectures that you guys upload, and I'm just super excited. I wish I can be there in person, that'd be much better. Going there in person and eating all the delicious food, and I do miss that a lot. I was supposed to be there last year, right? But with the situation right now, can't go there. But being here live on Zoom, I think is even better, because, for me, when I'm lecturing, I like going through and I like looking at all the beautiful faces. Everybody's right in your face, right? So it's like having a first row seat at the seminar rather than sitting way back there or standing in the very back, having to just stand there for a few hours. So you're in your comfort zone, in your comfort area, at your home, in your comfy chairs. So I think this is better for you as well. So thank you all so much for having me. Excited to be here, excited to share with you everything that, that why Atomy is what it is, and what I believe about this business, and how I believe that this is going to help so many more people along the way. So thank you again, Atomy Canada. Thank you all for being here, and let's get started. So when I got started in Atomy, I really did not know anything about this business, right? This business called network marketing. And I think a lot of you in here today, maybe this is your first time listening, maybe this isn't your first time listening, but this is my point is take as many notes as you can, I believe that a lecture I always tell my partners this, I say, you listen to a lecture for not the 1 hour content, because, we can't memorize the whole 1 hour, right? But we're listening to this lecture for that 1 second inspiration, right? Out of the 1 hour that I speak, there should be maybe 1 or 2 sentences that spark that light again, and that help you kind of get back on track or propel you forward to help other individuals in your downline, right? So this lecture is also for you, but at the same time for anybody you want to share whatever insights that you get from this lecture. So my goal is to try to share with you that 1 second, 1 sentence that may impact you to propel you forward, to get you out of that dip, or, maybe you're already flying high and, to help push you forward again. So for me, why I started Atomy, it was very simple. I really wanted to be able to accomplish my dreams. So what is the dream that you have? Every single day we wake up, every single day we push forward because there's some kind of goal or a passion inside of you that you want to accomplish. For me, that was a better life for my family. Meaning that I wanted to make more money, and I wanted to be able to provide the opportunity for my kids that I didn't have, and the opportunity to take care of my parents, things like that. So I looked around a lot of different places for different opportunities, right? So what I mean by opportunities is, am I going to work really hard to get a really good paying job? Am I going to start my own business? Am I going to, what are you going to do? And the situation that we're in right now, we have to understand what to do and the correct way to do it to be able to accomplish those things that you have written down. So I'm sure everybody in this room, I'm sure you've written down your goals, right? So what are your goals? What are your desires. What do you want to do in the next 5 years? You know, is it, do you want to move into a new house? Is it, do you want to get some more free time? Do you want to get, you know, yourself into a more financially better situation? Is it better health? What is it, you know? So what are your goals? So you need to write that down. After you write those things down, we'll be able to take the necessary steps to get to those things. So I'm going to talk about my story, and I want you to adjust my story to your story, right? So for me, my story was very simple. I wanted to make more money, but I didn't know how to make more money. That's the issue, right? Everybody wants to make more money, right? But how do you do it, right? How do you do it? What are the necessary steps to make more money, you know? So I was too far behind in getting a good job, right? So everybody my parents told me, right, as I was younger, you know, if you want to get a good paying job, you have to do what? You have to be able to get good grades, go to a good university, be a good test taker, and get yourself a good job, right? So yeah, I failed at that, right? And I didn't do too well in that area because I didn't really want to work for anybody, but I always wanted to do my own business. So why did I want to do my own business? Because I saw that if I was to create, even if I was to get a really good paying job, maybe I would make like $100,000 a year, right? Maybe I'd make $200,000 a year. Let's say I got a really nice paying job making $200,000 a year. That's pretty nice, right? That's a pretty high paying job. But then after taxes and this and that, I would be pretty much entangled in that job 24/7, meaning that if I didn't perform well and I didn't excel, then usually you get cut within the next 4 to 5 years, right? If you can't get promoted in that kind of environment. It's usually like that. It's very, very stressful and at the same time, very competitive. So I said to myself, yeah, rather than doing that, let me try to start my own business, right? So I can be my own boss. So everybody here, raise your hand if you want to be your own boss. Yes, of course. Everybody wants to be their own boss, right? Now, the question is, are you a good boss or are you not, right? So you have to be a good boss to propel your business forward, right? So I think that's the situation that we were in. So 1 second, let me, okay, there we go. So in that situation, I think that a lot of individuals kind of lack the ability to do those things. So for me, I started to do Atomy because I believe that this business would propel me forward because of my lack of ability. That sounds silly, right? Usually your ability is what needs to propel you forward. But in this business, my lack of ability was still being able to get taken care of in this business to propel me forward. So I had a dream and I had a vision to do these things. So if you look at my screen, my PowerPoint, you'll be able to see. Very simple. Everybody needs to write down their dreams and their visions and their goals. This is something that everybody needs to do. Everybody should do, because if you don't have this, then there's no guideline for you to get propelled forward. Let me slow down a little bit. I forgot Gordon's translating. Sorry, Gordon, if I'm going too fast. All right. So as we go forward, I want you to think about the possibilities of what's going to happen, right? Either you're going to turn into a situation where you have to choose, you know, am I going to go the A way? Am I going to go the B way? So everybody in this room, I want you to choose. I want you to put everything down first, right? So put all your preconceptions down, put all your biases down about Atomy first. And I want you to think about the choices that you have to make. So A, you have to make more money. Why do you have to make more money? Because, you know, if you have more money, you're able to do better things, more things, right? So I want everybody to become healthy. I want everybody to become wealthy, right? So A, choices to make money. Yes. Okay. So everybody in this room, you have a choice to make money. And I'm going to assume that your decision is a yes, that you will choose to make more money. Okay. Very good. So how are we going to do those things, right? So whenever we choose to make more money, we're going to run into two different obstacles. What? Everybody's going to be for you. They're going to be like, wow, yay, great. You're doing a good job. You should continue to do that. Yay. And then be very happy for you. And then, or everybody's going to be like, no, don't do that. You're going to fail. And then you're going to want to quit, right? You're going to be oh no, maybe I made the wrong decision. Maybe this is the bad decision. Maybe I shouldn't have made that decision, and those things, right? So the first thing that you need to understand is, why are you making this decision, right? Why are you choosing Atomy, right? Why should you choose Atomy? And once you have this firm foundation, this understanding of this business, not because somebody told you, but because you researched it, you've experienced it, and you've seen it, then even though when people tell you you shouldn't do it, even if people tell you you're not going to become successful, it's okay, because you understand why you're doing it and what you're doing, rather than somebody telling you you should have done it and telling you why you should keep doing it, rather than you making those decisions on your own. Okay. So just like you, same situation. Okay. I was in the same boat as you. What do I mean? Everybody around me said, you will not become successful. They said, don't do Atomy. It's just another multi-level marketing company. It's just a pyramid scheme, right? We've heard all these sayings. And I, on the other hand, didn't really let that bother me. I didn't allow that to bother me. Why? Because I did my own research. So I would ask people, I said, so what is a pyramid scheme? So you elaborate, sir. You elaborate, ma'am. Tell me what a pyramid scheme is. And then they, if you ask them that question, then they start hesitating. They're like, a pyramid scheme is a, you know, they don't really know. So I say, okay, what you mean is, the person who is on top makes more money and always makes more money, right? And then you tell me that you are forced to buy products that you don't need, right? Those are pyramid schemes, right? And they'll say, yeah, those are pyramid schemes. And I say, well, no problem then, because in Atomy, there is an income ceiling, so we can all make the same amount of money. And all the products that we offer are high in quality, high in price, and at the same time, if you don't like it, you can return it. So there's no scheme in Atomy. And they're like, oh, really? So you have to understand what you're doing, because if you don't understand what you're doing, what's the problem? You're going to be like, oh, you think it's a pyramid scheme? Oh my goodness, I think maybe you're right. And then you quit, right? So we don't want you to run into those things. So the next slide that I want to show you is just me. So this is the beginning stages of Atomy for me. This was about 7 years ago. So look at that. Look at that. Look how young I look, right? Look how young I look. But I look younger now, right? Because I use the Absolute skincare set. And I'm de-aged now. So I look even younger than when I first started. So if you look at this photo here, this is me holding on to my son, my firstborn, Bryce, and giving my speech, right? I think this is when I became a Diamond Master. And this is a very normal photo. Why? Because I went to all my meetings like this. I didn't even wear a suit, but I would just walk around and I would take my son everywhere. And then I would explain to everybody. I would tell them, Atomy is amazing. It's great. You should do it. And everybody would tell me, what are you talking about? And my family members would tell me, they're like, oh my goodness. They're like, oh no, he's doing it again. Oh no, they're kind of embarrassed for me because they didn't understand what I was doing. But for me, I had this mindset that I was not just doing this business for my own benefit, but I was doing this business to help other people around me, right? So think about the mentality that you are in, okay? A lot of the members that I speak to say, oh, I have such a difficult time sharing Atomy with people around me. And I asked them, I said, why? Why do you have this problem? Because I don't understand it. And they're like, oh, it's because I'm telling them to use Atomy for my own benefit. That's what they're thinking, right? They're saying, I'm telling them to use him or him because I want to make another PV. That's what they're telling me. I'm like, oh, you have such a bad understanding of Atomy then. That's not what Atomy is about. And they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean that's not what it's about? And I asked them, I said, listen, if I didn't tell you about Atomy, would you still brush your teeth? And they're like, yeah, of course, right? So everybody in this room, did you brush your teeth today? No? Some of you are like, not yet. Well, I hope you did. Everybody in this room, you brush your teeth. So let me ask you, did you brush your teeth even before meeting Atomy? I hope so. I hope so. So did you also wash your hair before meeting Atomy? Yes. So what am I saying? I'm saying that Atomy has nothing to do with your lifestyle, right? You always brushed your teeth and brushed your hair and took showers every single day, right? And then my partner would say, yeah, that's true. And then I'd say, well, so what are you doing then? Why are you embarrassed, or why are you feeling like you introducing a product to that person is not helping them? And they said, well, you know, because they have to pay me money to buy that product. And I said, well, listen, before they ever met you, they would pay store A or store B to buy that product anyways, right? They're like, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And I said, well, here's the difference though. The product that you're offering them is cheaper than what they would probably be using and better in quality. So why aren't you sharing that with them? They're like, that's true. And I say, yeah, of course it's true. So what you're doing is you're helping them. For example, if they used to use a skin, like let's say sunscreen, right? You use sunscreen that's like, let's say $15, $20, $30, $40, right? Because that's the kind of sunscreen that we are targeting, right? I'm not talking about $1 banana boat sunscreen, right? You shouldn't be using that. But I'm talking about high quality sunscreen that is good for your skin. At the same time, it's not going to run like white water down your face, right? So this type of quality is much better in Atomy and cheaper. So if that person is accustomed to using, let's say, propolis toothpaste, which is about $8 per 100 grams, and then you introduce them to Atomy propolis toothpaste, which is what? Do you know how much it is per 100 gram? It's less than $2, right? So this product is much, much better and cheaper. So if you go up to that person and say, listen, your regular toothpaste, not doing you too much help. Atomy toothpaste, it's going to help you with your gums. It's going to help you with your bad morning breath. And then it's only what? About $2 per 100 grams. So it's much cheaper than what you're accustomed to. So I just help this person save money, right? So what are you doing? You are on a mission to help individuals save money. And at the same time, it's a win-win because they're saving money. But when they're entered into your system, you are benefiting from what? From their purchases. And yet at the same time, you're helping their group grow and their group is growing with you. So it's a win-win situation. Now, this story would be different if you were actually selling them a product A that they didn't need, right? And two, is more expensive than other products on the market. Now, if that was the case, of course, you're not helping them, right? But that is not the case in Atomy. That's the beauty of this business. So that was the reason why I was running around with my son and my wife doing Atomy. So I would meet everybody, go to everybody around me would be like, what do you do? Well, thank you for asking. What I do is I help people make money by saving on everyday necessities. They're like, what? What is that? And then I would introduce them to Atomy. And I did that for about 1, 2, 3 years. And after about 3 years, I started to make the money the top tier individuals make who have a well-paying job, right? So what I mean about top tier is like $200,000, right? So if I was working for a hedge fund or if I was working as a doctor or something like that, right? So some of the doctors that I know, they start off pretty well at about $160,000 to about $200,000. But you know, that all differs, but usually they have a lot of debt, right? So going to medical school is not free. So usually a lot of my friends who are lawyers and doctors usually have about minimum $150,000 to $200,000 in debt, okay? But me, I had no debt. I was debt free. And at the same time, I was already making that income. And my friends were really, really surprised to see this happening. And I said, listen, it's very simple, right? You brush your teeth, you shampoo your hair, you need these products, and we're moving towards an online community and online purchasing. So this is what Atomy is. And then I would show them the Atomy plan again, and then everybody would become consumers, because there's no reason not to become a consumer nowadays, right? So my next slide, from this to this, right? So now here I am again. Look at that, looking even younger, right? Looking even younger. So this is me a few months ago, I think, at the new Orote facility in Korea with CEO Park and the other leaders. And that's how my life has changed, right? It's not much different. So did I do it? What did I do different from when I first started the business until now? What did I do different? Nothing. I didn't do anything different. I just said, amazing quality, amazing prices. You should give it a try. That's it. So every single person you walk by with a face, you say, listen, amazing quality, amazing prices. You should give it a try. And they're like, who are you, crazy person, right? But you talk to everybody that you can, and you share with them the concept of being able to make money by just simply switching everyday necessities to Atomy. And they're like, well, why would I want to do that? And then you give them the basic 30-second rundown, right? What's the 30-second rundown? You say, listen, you need everyday necessities, yes or no? Yes. Where do you buy your products? Here. Well, stop buying it there, buy it here, save money here, help other people save money, make commission, save on products. Done. It's 30 seconds, okay? It only takes 30 seconds, okay? That's all you have to do. And then what? And then they will be the ones who ask you questions, right? And then when they ask you questions, you say, all right, let's go over here, go grab some coffee. Let's hop on a Zoom. And then you explain to them in a little more detail, right? So it only takes 30 seconds to get them interested. And after you get them interested, you sit them down in a meeting like this, right? And then that's what I did. And that's what happened. So I duplicated my steps towards helping my partners grow. Now, I'm going to go a little bit more detail into my next slides, okay? So from the initial introduction, all you had to understand is this. A, you want to make money, right? B, how do you make money? And C, can I make money? Okay, so those are the basic understanding, the basic points that I want you to understand, okay? So now I'm going to talk about why Atomy works. Every single thing that we do, it is limited by our personal ability, okay? You have to understand that. Every single thing that you do, you are limited by your personal ability. If somebody tells you otherwise, then they're not telling you the truth, right? If your mom tells you, you can be anything you want, son, you will grow up to understand that that is a lie, okay? You cannot grow up to be anything that you want. You can grow up to be anything that you maybe have the ability to do and work towards, okay? So that is not true, okay? I have my own kids. And of course I encourage them, son, you can do anything that you want. Anything that you put your mind to, you can become. Yeah, of course you say those things because you don't know what their abilities are, right? As they grow up, maybe they have the ability to become that astronaut, right? Maybe they have the ability to become whatever it is. But even my son, you know, he wants to be a dinosaur. I say, okay, son, you work really hard. Maybe one day you'll become a dinosaur. I don't take his dreams away, but I know in my mind that he's not going to become a dinosaur because he's a human being, right? But I just let him go, okay? I say, okay, son, you keep that roar up. Maybe you can become that T-Rex, you know? Practice your roar. Whatever it is, you let them be the best that they can at what they want to be. But look, we're adults, okay? We are adults. We all understand that we cannot be a dinosaur, right? No? Some of you still believe you can be a dinosaur? Okay. Okay. Well, to those that understand that they cannot be a dinosaur, you cannot be a dinosaur because you lack the ability of being a dinosaur. So at the same time, we have to understand during this stage in our lives, what is limiting you? What is limiting you to become successful, right? And mostly it is you. It is your lack of ability in that business, in that field, okay? So in Atomy, how does Atomy take care of your lack of ability? How does Atomy take care of these things to help you, to propel you forward, okay? So I'm going to talk about followership, okay? So what is followership? So what everybody maybe, you know, followership, I don't think it's a real word because it was telling me to autocorrect it. But so followership, what I'm talking about, understand. So I'm going to draw it for you, okay? Because a lot of individuals don't understand what I mean when I say these things. And in Atomy, it's very simple. If you understand the compensation plan, you understand what I'm talking about, okay? So I'm going to draw my board, okay? So in this lecture, I want you to understand the differences between these things, okay? So as we do this, let's say that this is you. Okay, you are here, okay, you. And you have an A line and a B line. This is the A and this is the B, okay? In Atomy, what we're talking about is followership in your downline, okay? Your downline leverage. That's the followership that I'm talking about. So in this, oops, wrong slide. So in this, you are here and your A and B line is here. And in Instagram and in YouTube, other online businesses, your content is what creates more followership and more members. But in Atomy, your products is what creates more followership and more members. But once you register somebody here, let's say you register here, this person will register another person if the product and the business is sound. Agreed? If they understand that the business and product is sound. Now, once they register person C, whoever they again register, you are benefiting from. You see how that works? So in Atomy, your personal ability is not what determines your followership. So when you register your uncle and your uncle registers another person and that person registers 1,000 people, it's just like everybody in your downline is now your Instagram follower, right? But everybody knows who does Instagram that that's not the case, right? In Instagram, only people who follow you, not your followers are your followers, right? Or else you would have 1 billion followers, right? But only people who follow you, you leverage off of, right? But in Atomy, I'm telling you, and maybe this is a hard concept to understand, but your partners, followers, become your followers. Make sense? So if you have a partner, let's say on Instagram, who has 1,000 followers and you only have 10, well, if they follow you, you now have 1,000 followers in Atomy. That's the concept. Because in Atomy, their network becomes your network. Once they understand what Atomy is, then they will share to their network. Okay? So that's why this business model is amazing, because you're able to leverage off of individuals in your downline, and you are able to help individuals build this business bigger and better. The next slide that I'm going to talk about talks about how you are able to create the followership and create passive income. And that's because of the quality and the price of the product, and because these individuals create the quality, and they understand the quality and they understand that this price is reasonable. You become what? You become somebody who gets passive income, because what? Consumer retention. Okay, what do I mean? Okay, what do I mean? In Korean, we say 단골, right? That means that they are somebody who are regulars, right? They are individuals who will continue to use the product. So how do you become a regular at a restaurant? Okay. When do you become a regular at a restaurant? When the food is delicious, right? And the price is reasonable, right? Then you become a regular. But if the food is not amazing and the price is not amazing, do you continue to go there? No. So the other effect happens. What happens? You tell people not to go there. You say, oh my goodness, I went to this restaurant, price, oh, so expensive. Oh, quality is so not delicious. Never go there, right? If you experience that, you will probably tell 7 people this thing. But even if you experience something amazing, you probably only tell 3 people, right? People tell you not to go watch a movie more than to go watch a movie, or not to go to a restaurant than to go to a restaurant, right? But listen, in Atomy, you have nothing to lose because you're able to what? Get a refund, right? If you don't like the product, there's a problem, just call John. John will refund you your money, right? So don't worry about it because the price and the quality is great. He doesn't need to worry about, oh my goodness, so many people are going to call me to get a refund. Why? Because in Atomy, our return is 0.19%. What do I mean? Every single day, we have more than 50,000 boxes going out, right? And out of all those boxes going out, people, less than 0.19% of those boxes going out come back. So the products that do come back are defects, right? Products that were maybe damaged on delivery, things like that. It's not returned because of quality, because you can't find better quality than Atomy at the price that we're offering, right? So what do you have to lose? You got nothing to lose. So in this process, I want you to think about, well, where do I stand? You know, what do I need to do? In the AI, I'm talking about, it's not intelligence I'm talking about active income, okay? So active income and passive income. These 2 key things drive your business. And in Atomy, all you need to do is this. Okay, what do? You say, hey, do you brush your teeth? Hey, do you shampoo your hair? And then they will tell you yes. And then you tell them, well, that's great because I want to help you save money because Atomy has amazing products at amazing prices. Okay, so give it a try. That's all you do. So nobody can say, oh, I don't brush my teeth, I'm sorry, right? Because they'll look silly. So you share with them the product and then you help them to become a member. And as you do these things, your ability starts at 1 and then goes to 0. What do I mean? Your effort. So your effort is, you should try the product. And then after they become members and they are hooked, then your effort goes down to 0 because your downline starts creating more members and more members and more members, right? It becomes a snowball effect, okay? So other individuals' abilities become your ability. Everybody understand? Yes? Yes? Okay. So it's really, really simple. I know that we can make it much more complicated, but it doesn't get any more complicated than this. The ability to do this business is dependent 100% on you first, right? Do you have the desire to go beyond your comfort zone, right? Do you have the desire for what? Success. And is your desire greater than your fear of failure? So if the answer is yes, then you will be propelled forward because of your desire to succeed, okay? But individuals who do not have a desire to succeed, they will ask me this. They say, oh, coach, I have no passion. I have no passion. In Korean, you'll say, 열정이 없어요. They say, I have no passion, but I want to be successful, right? They say, I have no passion, but I want success. So that's what you call lazy, right? So they are lazy, okay? They are lazy. So what happens then? It's okay. I'm lazy. Many people are lazy, right? So they are less self-disciplined to work by themselves, right? So for example, let's say that you want to lose weight, okay? So one of my friends, he's going on this weight loss, what do you call it? Promise, I guess, to himself, right? To lose weight, okay? So what he's doing is he is consistent with daily goals. All right, let me say that again, okay? You need to be consistent with daily goals. So each day, he promises himself that he'll do X amount of sit-ups, X amount of push-ups, and then he'll run X amount of minutes, okay? So in Atomy, if you want to become successful, you need to be consistent in how many new people do I talk to? How many of my regular members am I communicating with? What's my PV goal today? So these three things are very basic. You have to be consistent, okay? But since everybody, including myself, since we're all lazy, what do we need? We need a supporter. Who? Your upline. Your upline is your coach. Who's your upline? They're the ones. Did you do your push-ups today? Did you do your 10 laps today? They're your coach. They're the ones who whip you into shape, right? Because if we just depend on ourselves, maybe we won't do it. But I'm 100% sure your upline will love to put you in shape, right? So you need to have daily goals. So you need to tell your upline, you say, all right, today I'm going to call 3 people. My goal is to call 3 people every single day, right? And then if you only tell yourself this, are you going to call 3 people? No, maybe because you'll forget, right? Maybe today I don't feel like calling 3 people. Oh, today it's raining. Oh, today so and so and so. But if you tell your upline, they'll call you. Hey, remember, you have to call 3 people today. And then lunchtime comes. They say, hey, did you call 3 people yet? They're like, oh, I'm working on it. And then maybe at around 3 o'clock, okay, I think everybody's done with their lunch break now. I think it's time to call those 3 people. And then at 5 o'clock, they're all right. Before dinner, did you call your 3 people, right? They will help you stay on track, right? So that's what we need. Everybody wants to do the right thing. Everybody wants to grow, but people lack the ability to stay consistent. So what is it that you have to do? You have to be very open about your goals to your upline, to your sponsors, so they can help you accomplish those goals together. Very simple. Very simple. So can I get a raise of hands if you are willing to share your daily goals with your upline so you can stay consistent? Let me get a raise of hands. Hands up, hands up. Oh, look at all those beautiful hands going up. There we go. There we go. Yes, yes. So that's why we're sharing our daily goals openly, right? So this is the way that you all need to stay consistent. It's not about having the passion and having the desire only, because every day we have up and down, right? Every day, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. And we don't want to allow our emotions to gain control of our future success, right? We want consistency to be the answer, because you can duplicate consistency. You can duplicate this, but you can't duplicate your desire to succeed for everybody else, right? Because everybody's level of desire will be different. Everybody's willingness to put in the effort will be different, but everybody can have a consistent daily goal. And your daily goal is all you need. If you do your daily goals, it becomes a weekly goal, it becomes a monthly goal, it becomes a yearly goal, right? But without a daily goal, you will never accomplish a weekly goal. You'll never accomplish a monthly goal. So everything, you just need to break it down into daily increments, small baby steps. But these baby steps are what propel you forward into the business, okay? So now, time for some Q&A that I got, okay? I can't believe it's already 9. It's already been 52 minutes. Oh no, I think my lecture time is only 1 hour, but it's okay. If you want to leave, you can leave later, but I'm going to keep going for, I think, another hour. So, so sorry for delaying your time, but now time to transition from my lecture to some of the Q&A questions that I got, okay? So bear with me. In Atomy, okay, I explained to you it works because Atomy is already a business that is logically sound, okay? So a logically sound business allows you to duplicate this business for other people. For example, okay, I'm going to review very quickly, okay? Everybody brushes their teeth, everybody shampoos, okay? So that means that everybody needs to buy a toothbrush and toothpaste and shampoo. Very sound logic, right? So before you meet Atomy, you have already been introduced to shampoo, toothbrushes, and toothpaste, right? Now, we are disrupting this industry by providing consumers with better quality at better prices. That's what Atomy is. We are breaking down barriers into this distribution hub that was always only for people with lots of money, right? So the supply chain is being disrupted by Atomy, okay? So Amazon is our competitor, right? Amazon is doing the same thing, but Atomy is a little bit better because we have relationship and networks that bind us together rather than one individual just shopping at one company, okay? We shop as a group, and our business grows better that way. Second part. Since we have a good product and good prices, we're able to what? We're able to adopt this mentality for regular individuals. Therefore, they become business partners. And that creates followership, like I said, followership. And what followership does is it gives you leverage to sell to other individuals who you would never be able to sell to as a regular person, okay? So your downlines, you don't know who they are. But even though you don't know who they are, they're linked to you because the Atomy downline structure is that way. And since they're linked to you, whenever they purchase a product, maybe outside of Canada, you still get money for those things. So you make money when you sleep. Isn't that beautiful? Everybody wants to make money when they sleep, no? You are making money without your ability to make, without the ability or effort, without the effort of trying to make money, right? That's called passive income. So that's the structure that we're building, okay? Now, when we have this structure, we start to question what we need to do. So when you have this structure, this is a very good question that comes to mind, okay? It says, my left and my right legs are not balanced well. Most of my effort is focused on the weaker line, and I am not doing anything with the power line. How should I deal with my power line is the question, right? So how should you deal with it? Okay, I'm going to read it one more time so we can all write this question down, okay? Jot it down so this will be relevant to you as well. My left and right legs are not balanced well. Most of my effort is focused on the weaker line, and I am not doing anything with the power line. What should I do, and how should I deal with my power line? Okay, that is the question. Such a good question, right? So what do you need to do? You have a power line, you have a weaker line. Well, congratulations to your power line, right? Some people have no line, right? So what do we need to do? Okay, before answering this question, we need to understand the compensation plan first. Okay, so this is going to be like a 20-minute answer, but bear with me. Okay, so before answering this question, I want everybody to understand that in Atomy, you need to understand the importance of teamwork. Okay, my whole lecture just now dealt with your ability to leverage off of individuals in your downline, meaning that it is teamwork, right? Your team creates more revenue than you doing it on your own. So it is a teamwork business. So if you have a A line and a B line, but you only have teams on your weaker line, then you don't have a balanced team. Even though you may think that you have a power line, that is not the case. So I'm going to break this down for you. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is teamwork. What does it mean? Okay. What's the meaning of teamwork? Okay. And I wrote down, I said, being able to work with your A and B line to create something beyond your own ability. Okay. That is teamwork. So what is teamwork? One more time. The ability to work with your A and B team to create something beyond your own ability. That is the definition of teamwork, okay? For me, not what the Webster Dictionary says, okay? So as we grow, you have to be able to create leaders that you communicate with in both lines. So my number one, so I have lots of members in India. I have a lot of India members, okay? So the first thing many of my India members requested is what? Coach, build me a power line. That's what they say, right? They say, I do B line, you do A line, right? That's what they say. Everybody told me this. Every single day I get new messages say, this person promised me A line, but can you build A line as well? And I will create my B line. Okay. And then I even made a YouTube video that says no power line in Atomy, right? So go to my channel and watch that video if you are interested. But what I'm saying is this. I'm saying building consumers, everybody builds consumers. Consumers are easy to build, right? Your A line, B line, everybody will build consumers for you. But consumers are not the individuals that create mastership. Leaders are who creates mastership, right? For example, individuals in here, your sales masters, your diamond masters, your Sharon Rose masters, star masters, and so on and so forth. But you didn't gain your mastership by just hoping one day you'll become a star master. I guarantee you nobody in this room will ever become a sales master by just hoping. It doesn't work like that, okay? It works only when your team creates the certain volume in the 1st to the 15th and 16th to the end of the month, okay? I know there's new members in here. So ask your upline for what I'm talking about, but I want this to be a very detailed lecture. Okay. So I'm not going to dumb it down. I'm going to talk very detailed so you understand. So from the 1st to the 15th and 16th to the end of the month, if your downline, if you want to be a diamond master, if you do not create a minimum of 2.5 million PV in the A, B lines of your 2 sales masters, you'll never become a diamond master. So I'm gonna show you. And remember, I'm answering this question. Okay, this is me answering the question. So watch what I mean by this. Okay, so in this situation, in order to become a diamond master, a DM, you need 2 sales masters, right? That means that there needs to be 2.5 million volume in your A and B line. So if you add that up, that is 7.5 million PV to become a Diamond Master, right? But some people have 10 million PV and are still not Diamond Masters. Some people have 40 million and still not Diamond Masters. Do you know why? Because you don't have two sales masters. Because maybe this person here has 1 million PV and they have 9 million PV down here. Okay? So what do I mean? What is the point of this explanation then? What I mean is you need to take care of, if this is Amy, you need to take care of both A and B line, meaning you need relationship with both members and both leaders to create the volume and consistency to create masterships in the future. Okay. So this goes to the next step then. So what's the next step then? In this, you need to have individuals understand this business in the way that it's not about just numbers. Okay. So people think that this A line is a power line because they have 1,000 members, right? And some people say their B line is the weaker line because they only have 50 members. Okay. But come to find out, these 1,000 members, they are only willing to buy one toothpaste and one toothbrush. So you only have maybe 300,000 kPV coming from your A line with 1,000 members. But your B line, these people, they all want to buy and sell. And you have 2 Diamond Masters here. But there's only 50 people. And you have no sales master here, and even though it's 1,000 people. Right? So don't be fooled by the number of registered members, because the number of registered members does not always determine the end results of the revenue and mastership. Okay. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you need to be able to create individuals in your downline who understand how to do the business. So I'm going to answer it like this. Okay. So yes, you need to focus on your weaker line, of course, but also yes, you need to focus on your power line. How? Why? By becoming a leader with a track record of consistency and growth. Okay. So watch. If you are a member with a big power line in your A line and you don't know who they are, that means that your upline created that line for you. Right? And if you want relationship with your A line, you will never be able to have relationship with your A line unless you have consistency and what? And growth. For example, that you have to understand the psychology of Atomy and any business. Okay. Let's say that you join the Army. Okay. And you've been in the Army for 8 years. And then all of a sudden a fresh officer comes on your group and he's a first timer, right? He just graduated from university and he's an officer just because he graduated from university and you're private still, right? But you're maybe like an E5, E7, right? And this guy's an officer. He's an O3 or whatnot. Most people don't respect him right away, even though his rank is higher. Why? Because they don't trust him. Because they don't know if he is about what he's about, right? So in this business, if you did not register anybody in your A line and you only built your B line, then you're going to have a very difficult time creating relationships with your A line because you didn't register them. Because they're not your people. They're your uplines people. And I know that this situation can be very triggering or very different in each situation, but that's why I tell every single member, build both lines. Even if you have 1,000 members on your A line, I say you still add 2 key leaders in your A line and 2 key lead in your A line minimum. I always tell them this. Even CEO Park talks about this. He says, you know what he says? He says, CEO Park says you need at least 4 members in your A and B line that you are doing masterships with, right? And you need to be able to manage 3 lines on your A and 3 lines on your B. If you don't understand this, then you don't understand how to build Atomy yet, okay? But you have to have 3 and 3 lines that you're working with, okay? So this is a more in-depth answer for question number 1, but this is something that everybody will understand later on down the line, okay? So even if your A line is bigger than your B line, or your B line is bigger than your A line, it is your responsibility to work with leaders in both lines and stay consistent in your efforts to help them grow. So this takes time and this takes effort on your part to do these things, okay? So the second question that I'm going to be talking about, okay, is this. It says, people say Atomy is a relationship business, okay? I think I understand what that means, but I am not sure how I can make the efforts on this, okay? So could you please give me some advice? Okay, very good. So here's my answer for number 2, okay? Relationships are built according to mutual interest, right? So let me say that again. We have to understand how relationships are built. So everybody in this room, you have a relationship because of your mutual interest in Atomy, right? If it wasn't for Atomy, we would not be sitting here today. We have a mutual interest in Atomy. Okay, so relationships are built on mutual understanding and mutual interest. So outside of Atomy, let's think about your best friends. Who are your best friends? Who are they? Not what their names are, but who are they as a person? They are individuals probably with the same kind of values and hobbies that you hold, right? They're individuals with mutual interest. That's what that means. If you are somebody who loves soccer and your buddies probably also love soccer, okay? If you are a good person, then your friends are probably good people. If you're a criminal, then your friends are probably criminals, right? You surround yourself with individuals who are like yourself. So it's very important who you surround yourself with, right? So people always say you can tell a lot about a person by looking at who their friends are. That's what that means, right? So mutual interest, okay? Mutual interest creates friendships. Now, the next step is the important part. So I'm going to read the question again. People say Atomy is a relationship business. I think I understand what that means, but I am not sure how can I make efforts on this, okay? Now let's think about the next step. Who are your close friends? Right? So you can join a club, you can join a soccer club, you can join a baseball club, but within that club, everybody has the same interest. But even within that club, you have people who you click with or you grow with much better. Why? Because it is time and relationship based, okay? So you have to build trust. So in Atomy, everything in Atomy consists of mutual interest. Everybody is here in Atomy because A, they like the product. B, they want to make money. Very simple. Now, how do you build beyond that with your partners? Okay. Beyond that with your partners means consistent growth in your Atomy endeavor. Consistent growth in your Atomy endeavor. Okay. That means that every single day, you are showing them that you're consistently growing by doing your daily goals and that you are building a relationship by communicating with them every single day. And that is the way that you continue to grow your business. That's how you create relationships in Atomy, by showing them that you are somebody that they can trust. So your relationship bank, let's call it a bank, okay? Every single day you deposit trust. Every single day you deposit trust with your partners, okay? So today your consistency built more trust with your partners. So there's another deposit, okay? You answering your phone and helping them even though, you know, they ask the same question 10 times, you're building trust, right? You're building trust. So every single day you're building trust. But guess what? That trust that you're building, if it's not consistent, every single day you're building it, then it goes away. Okay? So make sure to build your, make daily deposits of trust with your partners by calling them, messaging them, and having relationships with them. It's very simple. Okay? So those are the steps that you need to take. How are you doing? You know, how's that product treating you? Hey, I see that you made one commission last month. I want to try to help you make another commission this month. Here's the plan that I have to help you. Let's try to do a meeting with 3 of your new members. This is how you build trust. This is how you grow your business. Okay? Not just registering them and forgetting about them. Okay? So next question. Question number 3. I develop my big team and I start feeling that some of my partners could get upset with me that I'm not taking care of them enough. You must have thousands of partners too. So how are you being a great sponsor to many under you? I would like to become a good sponsor to help many people. Please give me some tips. Well, first of all, thank you for thinking that I am a good sponsor, but that is very subjective, right? Some people probably hate me, right? Some people probably love me. That is very, very subjective to that person and that timing when they meet you, right? Maybe one of your partners met you when you had no partners, right? Maybe your partner was, that partner, let's say Sarah, okay, was your first partner. Okay, Sarah was your very first partner. So you have lots of free time. You have nobody else to meet except Sarah. So every day you're meeting Sarah, talking to her, building businesses with her. But then John comes along. And now the time that you spent with Sarah has been cut in half with John. So now Sarah is upset at you. Sarah's like, you used to call me every day, but now you don't need me anymore? You like John more than me? Huh? Is John registering 10 more people than me? You know, I still used to register lots of people too, you know? So you run into this situation where time starts being divided, right? So people can get upset because of this, okay? But this is because you did not help explain the situation. So every single time I do the business, I have a guideline, okay? First, I have a list of videos, okay? I say, all right, new members, if you want to talk to me, you got to watch these videos first, okay? So don't do that though. I do that because, because I have a lot of people that message me, okay? So if you don't have a lot of members, don't say those things or else you will never get a message because maybe they'll never watch the video, okay? So first, what you want to do is you want to make a list of basic information. So that's a company introduction, compensation plan, and product knowledge. These 3 things are the first sets of knowledge and video that you want to implement into the minds of new members. Okay. After you do that, you will get to the next part. And the next part is duplicating yourself. Okay. So what I say is I give all my new members, I give them 3 months. Okay. I say in 3 months, I want you to be able to go on your own. Okay, what do I mean by go on your own? I mean, you don't need to call me anymore to recruit new people. Okay. So for 3 months, what I do is every time they ask me a question or they need me in a Zoom call or something, I go. And then I answer and I do everything that I expect them to do. And they must be in the Zoom call with me. Okay. And then they have to watch the Zoom call again. so they understand how I'm saying it, what I'm saying, the way that I'm saying it. And then I duplicate them in the next 3 months. Okay, that's my goal. So Sarah can't be upset with me when John comes, right? Because Sarah knows that in 3 months, she has to understand how to do everything. And when John comes, John can't be upset with me when next month Sam comes, because John understands that he has to duplicate this process. Okay. And then I bring everybody together in another group, and then I review these things and I continue. So in the very beginning stages, when you have only one person that you are sponsoring, then they can become upset later on down the road because they feel like, oh, look at you now. Oh, you're Diamond Master now, so you don't call me anymore, huh? Right? When you used to be an agent, you used to call me every day, right? So you can avoid those situations by what? By staying consistent in the way that you duplicate your partners, okay? So you are only a good sponsor to those that think you're a good sponsor, right? And you're a bad sponsor to those who think that you're a bad sponsor, right? So this is the same thing with the power line, right? For example, let's say that Amy has registered, okay? Let's say that Amy is my new recruit. Amy says to me, Amy's like, let's say, let me erase this. So let's say that this is Jew, and I registered Amy. And since Amy was my first recruit, I registered 500 people under Amy. Okay, let's say. Amy's like, oh my gosh, Coach Jew is amazing. He registered 500 people, and he's just the best person in the world. He registers so many people and so much PV. Yay, right? Amy says that, okay? And then let's say next month, I registered under this person. Let's say I registered John. So 500 people and then John, okay? And after I registered John, let's say I only registered 5 more people because I have no more people that I can register. And then John registered maybe, let's say, 300 people on his beeline because he didn't listen to me. Amy says, I'm an amazing person. Amy's like, wow, he registers so many people. But then what does John say? John says, oh man, Coach Jew is horrible. It's already been 3 months, but he only registered 5 people in my A line, right? So have I changed? Did I change anything? Am I still the same person? Yeah, I'm still the same Coach Jew, but according to Amy, I'm an amazing person, and according to John, I'm a horrible person, right? So this is all subjective to where you are and your sponsor's positioning, right? It has nothing to do with the business, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying that a good sponsor and a bad sponsor is not somebody who gives you lots of A-line members, is not somebody who gives you lots of PV. That is not a good sponsor. A good sponsor is somebody who is consistent and who deposits trust every single day in the business. That is a good sponsor. The person who shows up and who's always there, right? That is a good sponsor. So your job is to do what? To be consistent in everything that you're doing so that you can help your downline grow. Not registering lots of people and doing this and doing that. That's nonsense. You don't need it, okay? What you need is, A, make sure that your knowledge in Atomy is growing every day. That's what a good sponsor will do. B, always, always, always communicate with your partners from their point of view. Never from your point of view, right? From their point of view, because every person will interpret situations differently, okay? So what do you need to do then to encompass all this. Everybody knows the 8 steps to success, right? Everybody knows the 8 steps to success. 성공의 8단계, right? But there's a step 0. Do you know what the step 0 is? Step 0 means first, be a good person. If you're not a good person, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will never work because they'll hate you. So step 0, please be a good human being. Love your partners and help them. And being able to do that is very easy. Number 1, equip yourself with knowledge of Atomy. Number 2, always answer them with their point of view. So always be in their shoes. So if they're upset for a reason. Don't say, why are you so upset all the time? You know, say, oh, let me, you know, I understand that this is the situation that you're in, you know, help them understand. Okay. So step 0 is the most important step. Okay. Being a good person. Okay. So now I think we need break time before we take the live Q&A questions. I think there's some live Q&A that is waiting for us. I think I went a little over time. So
no, never.
So,
Well, thank you so much. I didn't even notice the time just went like that when we were enjoying our time. So I would love to say you have unlimited time, and I'm sure there's people nodding, but I know and there's people clapping. Wait. We have gathered some questions from Atomy Canada members, and they will be able to ask the question themselves in person. So there's a fierce competition, and we have 5 people. So out of like a million. So we will give you a minute so the coach can take a sip of water or something, and we'll be back. But don't go away. It'll be about a minute, and we'll be back for Q&A session. Okay. All right.
Someone we should be thankful for. Thanks to him being one of the first leaders to explain Atomy system in English, we can understand and live it out every day.
He's a very charismatic man and as well a great motivator and educator.
Is our great role model. Thanks always for guiding us to how to become a great leader in Atomy. Thank you.
One of Atomy's best global speaker. You're the best.
A compelling communicator. Your passion and clear insight help us a lot. Thank you so much.
Inspiring and enjoyable to listen to.
Is my go-to person.
Atomy Master. He's a great leader. He's a great motivator for me. Thank you.
Is intelligent and I like watch his videos. It's very inspiring.
You're an amazing speaker. He's a superman.
Is a great motivator.
Is amazing.
Fantastic.
So inspiring.
You are inspiration to me.
You're so awesome.
Is an inspirational speaker.
You are a great speaker.
Atomy's BTS.
You are so inspiring. Thank you for motivating us to never give up.
Thank you so much for all the support.
We are all looking forward to your seminar today. A man who is very passionate and also motivates so many people around him. Thank you so much, Star Master Julian Park. We were waiting for you.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.